Republican Speaker Mike Johnson has, of course, been working around the clock for many months now to prevent the release of any and all files related to Jeffrey Epstein because Trump doesn't want any of that released for fairly obvious reasons. It's his best buddy. But Mike Johnson can no longer fight it. Mike Johnson no longer has the numbers to keep those Epstein files hidden any longer. Thanks to a recent slew of Democratic victories in special elections, including one this week with Adelita Grijalva, the Democrats now have the numbers. And of course, several Republican defectors who include, by the way, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, and Nancy Mace. Very, very weird for them to do this, but they now have the votes. And they can force the release of these Epstein files. So here is why this matters. Obviously, earlier in this month, the Democrats and the Republican defectors tried to force a vote on a discharge petition because Mike Johnson refuses to bring the legislation to the floor. So in order to force it on the floor by bypassing Johnson and the House rules, you file a discharge petition if a majority of people vote in favor of that, or if you get the 218 number is what it is, then the regular legislation, which is to release the full Epstein files, would come to a floor vote. Democrats didn't have the numbers. And in the beginning of September, they knew that. And they thought, okay, well, we've got special elections coming up. We're favored in those elections. So if we win those two, which they did, we'll have the numbers. Boom, we can make it happen. They now have the numbers. They now have the members. Once Grijalva is, of course, sworn in, Congress is off this week, so it's going to be a bit. But it doesn't mean we're going to get it immediately, okay? Don't expect this to come out next Monday. Here's what happens. Once the discharge petition is, in fact, brought to the floor, and it is voted upon, and it passes, then, according to the House rules, which is kind of dumb, but whatever, you have to wait 7 days before you can bring the legislation that the discharge petition was forcing. So, little weird. I don't quite understand that, right? If you pass the discharge petition with the people saying, we want to vote on this, then why can't it just happen? But, okay, you got to wait 7 days. So, honestly, folks, we are probably looking at something more like mid-October